Welcome to my World Development Indicator walkthrough. This is the welcome form for the project, and there are two tabs. Correlation tab is the main one for the users, and this option here is one country, two indicators. We're going to set the UK life expectancy as one indicator, and inflation GDP deflator. We've got a negative correlation here, scatter diagram, and a definition of both indicators. This link here is meant to help out those users who don't understand what correlation is and what the values mean. And this website will provide a detailed explanation about that. So the second option, two countries and one indicator. Indicator will choose as life expectancy again. And this time I will have again United Kingdom and Canada. Unsurprisingly, very high correlation value. Again, the scatter diagram, both axes have been labelled correctly, and we have here the description of the indicator. Two indicators, 1 year. Select 2014. Life expectancy, and again inflation GDP deflator. Got a negative correlation, value's been outputted, and both indicators have been described. Top 10 HDR next option, very similar to the last one. However, we only use data in this case from the 10 most developed, well-developed countries on the planet. Very low correlation value. You're still at 10 values here, and two descriptions, and description for each indicator. Similar, we got bottom 10 HDI. We use the same indicators for consistency. Negative value. Got 9 values only here because probably in one case one country didn't report a value for one of those two indicators, and a description for each of the two indicators. Now we have that option of World Bank data, and this is where we can talk about the creating of a database and how data is called via an API. Rerun the code, selecting that, load from web, and now fetch and store. Now this shows data being called by an API from the internet. From the World Bank, sorry. I'm not going to show all of this, it'd be too time consuming, but just to give an idea about how data has been called from an API. And here we got SQL Server, and we've got the new database that's been created. We have here all the tables, countries, with all the attributes, HDI data, indicators, indicator values, sources, topic, topic indicator. And one of the main aspects of this is the web query. This class is where more or less we call data from the World Bank. We can pass any class in, and here we've got get items, which is a very important aspect. Here we can collect data like the number of items, number of pages, and number of items per page. And the get data for page sub, we call the data from the XML file. And as here we specify we want 16,000 per page. This would help save time in terms of loading data from the web. And as an example, we got topics web query, sources web query, indicator values web query, indicators web query, and countries web query. Now I do have correlation here, which we will come back to. And you'll see over here we've got ID and name. Now these are from the structures here of country details, indicator details, as shown here, indicator value, sources details, and topic details, and years. And these are just meant to be the properties that we specifically want from the XML about all these items. We want specifically about countries, the ID and the name, indicator details, name, IDs, source notes, source ID, and other several factors. And this is repeated for all the web queries. As shown here, HDI data has been called from a CSV due to the lack of an API being available to us. Data access is an incredibly important class in this project, and this is basically where all the tables have been created and data has been inserted. So as we have here, we've got the connection. We've created the indicator table, topic indicator link table, topics table, sources, indicator values, countries, and then the inserting into each of these tables. And then for some of the main ones, like 2 countries, 1 indicator, we've got the web query here. Sorry, the database query. And then we return the function country value dictionary, which contains the date and the value. Likewise with 1 country and 2 indicator. Top 10 HDI and bottom 10 HDI have got much bigger and longer queries, and this is mostly because we're having to filter and remove 179 countries' data. And now just for an example of the code for these forms, we've got the compare button over here. And so as it says here, this code calls a 1 country 2 indicators function and helps output the graph and the correlation value all by clicking the compare button. So if we go back to data access, one country two indicator. As we see here, we're returning this dictionary. And we've called one country two indicators, and we just want the indicator values and the country value. We want this stored in both of our dictionaries for both indicators. Here we are just labeling our axes, and here this is where we're removing any values that are 0 or nothing. And this is just a label which is just helping to display the correlation value. Over here at the bottom, the correlation link and a description of both indicators. And this has been repeated for all 5 of our forms. We're coming back to add new key value pair. This is all passing the data into our correlation function. As we have here, correlation.calculate correlation. And we've passed through an array of key value pairs. And we've used this formula in order to get our value. So this is more or less a very simple walkthrough throughout my entire code. Thank you for watching.